Everybody, Buggity Newgate. Welcome back to Geekin' Roundup, and this is Lightskin Daywalker. Welcome back. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah.
This one should be pretty quick, honestly. Only like a couple things we got to run through. First, if it's your first time here, thank you for stopping by. Hit that subscribe, like, and let's just get right into this. I think it was announced this past weekend.
This past weekend, yeah. That Brainiac is the main bad for the new James Gunn Superman film.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably start with that since it's like the bigger thing. I know
Yeah.
I, I I'm not gonna change the title of the thing, so we're just gonna we're just gonna leave it as it is.
Yeah.
It was announced yesterday. I think it was. Let me see. Yeah,
The other day.
yesterday. No, yesterday. Brainiac, like you said, will be the main villain for Superman Man of Tomorrow. And it was confirmed by the Wrap. Superman and Lex Luthor will team up against Uber villain Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow. The Wrap has exclusively learned. Production on the film is set to kick off in April in Atlanta in April. Man of Tomorrow will be released on July 9th, 2027. Since the announcement of Man of Tomorrow, fans has suspected that Brainiac would be the film's eventual foe. There are multiple indicators that point to this, chief among them that the fact that the movie follows a temporary alliance between Superman and Lex Luthor, which we kind of figured from the
Yeah.
concept art that we saw before.
hmm
Um, with a rivalry as deep as theirs and hatred as all-consuming as Luthor's, it would take some significance to get the duo to bury the hatchet and work together, even temporarily. Such a team up is hinted at during a climactic scene in Superman when Sweat's Man of Steel tells Nicholas Holt's Luthor that he hopes for the sake of the world that Luthor uses his own humanity for good. Um, Gunn addressed this aspect of the plot in a preference conference for the finale of Peacemaker season 2. When the Wrap asked the DCU architect what kind of threat could get Lex, who ends Peacemaker in a fairly cushy position to team up with his greatest enemy, Gunn cheekily answered by simply saying, "A pretty pronounced one." Lex Luthor is mostly concerned about Lex Luthor, Gunn said. So we'll see what threatens Lex Luthor. Brainiac certainly fits the bill as the supervillain's intelligence rivals Lex's own, thus making a compelling case for the super smart Luthor to team up with the super strong Superman. Gunn further teased Brainiac as the film's villain when he posted the front page of the Man of Tomorrow screenplay with the image of a human skull with an exposed brain present on the cover. I think you've seen that image before,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Audiences likely also expected Brainiac to be present in Man of Tomorrow for the simple fact that the villain's been a long time coming. You'd be hard pressed not to find a Superman who doesn't rank the hyper intelligent alien among the Man of Steel's greatest foes. He's likely the most popular Superman antagonist not named Lex Luthor. This is true.
Yeah.
Despite this fact, Brainiac has yet to appear as the primary villain in a live-action Superman movie, unless we're really stretching to count a sentient computer in Superman 3. Eh, Getting
Uh,
overlooked on numerous occasions for Lex, General Zod, and even Doomsday. Um, the fact that Brainiac remains such an integral aspect of Superman canon, despite lacking a big screen adaptation, speaks to the lasting popularity of the character. Created by Otto Binder and Al Pastino, the villain first appeared in 1958's Action Comics number 242, making him even older than Superman mainstays like General Zod and Kara Zor-El's Supergirl. That's crazy. I did not know that. This story introduced the green skinned alien Brainiac who travels space with a white monkey like creature named Coco. That's crazy. Shrinking cities and bottling them for his own keeping. In the same story, Superman discovers that Brainiac bottled Kryptonian capital Kandor with his father's college roommate as one of its captives. Captives. That's interesting. Before Krypton itself was destroyed. Okay. Let me see. Okay, we're almost done with this article. Let me see if there's anything else here of importance. Um,
I think they actually touched that story arc in like the Adventures of Superman cartoon where he has to save that city of Krypton from Brainiac. And it's
hmm,
miniaturized. And it's miniaturized if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, that's what they just said right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Candor.
Yeah. So
Um, but yeah, pretty much it's just like going through
A little
Brainiac
backstory.
lives. Yeah, and like the location where Brainiac keeps everybody. But this is one of those things that we kind of like talked about in our group chat on lives as well about Brainiac possibly being the next villain, and it's finally confirmed yesterday.
Yep.
Now, the only recent thing that I can remember of Brainiac was Injustice, and that's like,
Wasn't he supposed to be in the Superman Lives with Nick Cage?
yeah, but then that never happened.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, I thought he was. I think he was supposed to be part of the Nick Cage Superman
He's been
movie.
he's been in Superman animated shows, like you said, in animated
Yeah,
movies, but just no live action yet, which is crazy. I didn't even think about that.
yeah,
And it's been a while since I've seen Superman 3, and I forgot he was a computer in Superman 3.
yeah,
Um, and it did say that he is one of the oldest Superman villains as well,
yeah.
predating General Zod and Kal-El, which is crazy to think about. Like I did not know that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm not. Hmm.
Now, it was Ty that shared the casting rumors of Brainiac, right?
Yeah, I think it was Ty. Yeah,
So I have to look it up because I don't have the messenger on the tablet. He did say
David Hyde Pierce was.
David Hyde Pierce is one of them.
Yeah, who gets my vote? You had the you had the guy from Princess Bride.
Wallace
Inconceivable.
Shawn.
Yeah,
So yeah, actor Wallace Shawn has reportedly been test screening to portray Brainiac in James Gunn's new Man of Tomorrow film. That's one of the actors, and the other one you said, actor David Hyde
David
Pierce
Hyde
is
Pierce.
is another one, and then
Yeah,
the third one is Clay's Band, who I'm not really sure
I'm not familiar
who
with
he
him
is.
too.
Yeah, so they're casting already for
Brainiac,
Brainiac, and me and you are like in the same boat with Sean Wallace that he could play Mr. Mistleplex.
Mitchell
And that's one of those obscure Superman characters I know James Gunn will probably introduce in Superman at some
at
point
some
because
point.
he loves doing that. I'm
He's
still
already
waiting.
referenced
I'm s- I'm
Batmite.
s- I'm still waiting for Batmite. James Gunn. I'm still waiting.
He mentioned Batmite, so what's not to say Mitzelplick is part of the
and after so many rewatches of Superman, I still under the assumption that Brainiac altered that video of his parents. But
dude.
I don't know because it would kind of conflict with what happened in the story of Superman, where they said it's real. Then how do you get the people that criticize that little? There's gonna be people like, oh, what about this here in Superman? You said this.
Yeah, it that would cause a lot of BS among fans. It'll start a war. I don't think it's worth it to go and have him be that doing that. But I just want to find out how he's going to introduce Brainiac and bring him in.
Yeah. Now that's where I was gonna bring in Supergirl. Are we gonna get any mention of Supergirl in um Supergirl,
You
Brainiac
mean
in
Brainiac and
yeah,
Supergirl?
Brainiac in Supergirl?
Maybe as a post-credit scene.
Because Gunn did say this was like a overarching story with Superman.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in an end cut scene. You know,
Mm.
during the end credits, they do it
Well,
that way.
I know he did say he didn't want to do post credits, just for the fact that he doesn't want to let people down and just not steer them in the wrong direction.
Not do it the Marvel way. He could do,
Pretty much.
instead of leaving it for at the end. You know how they'll do that little mid-credit scene
Yeah.
instead of the one all the way at the end. Do that like right after, like you go through your main cast and writer director and all that stuff. You give a little teaser right there. It doesn't
And
have to be much.
I've also said that you could use Brainiac for Superman, but you could bring him back for a Justice League movie as well.
Overarching, have him be that kind of a menace that it takes a few to
Because
finally get.
it's if I'm being honest, it's a little too soon for Darkseid.
Way too soon.
Especially if you're already introducing Brainiac, it's too soon for Darkseid.
Yeah,
And
but you could throw hints that he's out there, and I'm
exactly,
not
like
opposed. I'm not opposed. At the end of
mention the new gods or something like that.
exactly, which we already kind of do with the end of Peacemaker, where they
Yeah,
left Chris. You know the backstory, which you and I did the research on after the fact.
yeah,
You find out that's a training ground for Desaad's.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
And I'm cool with that. That's it. You don't have to bring him in right away, but you're like, hey, he's out there if you know.
yeah, and I'm just curious of how that's gonna tie into the DCU when we eventually do get Darkseid. Like, are we gonna have a my other question is how much of a time jump are we gonna get from Peacemaker to Superman? Because he did a little time
I
jump
don't.
in Peacemaker.
He did, but he kept it within a frame, a certain time frame. He didn't go like years ahead.
Well,
He made sensible time jumps without and doing flashbacks because some of it were flashbacks.
I could have sworn he did a year, like a year flash forward. Probably. I
I
could be
believe
wrong. I would have to go back and rewatch season two.
he may have, but I know there was a flashback to before Suicide Squad in the first season, in the first episode or the second episode where you see Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah.
and they're talking about stuff. But what I was thinking was, and I forgot. Darn it.
Was it? Does it
uh,
involve Darkseid and all that stuff? Decide.
oh, now I remember. Now I remember. Now I remember. No, it deals with Peacemaker and
Mm,
Superman. Frank Grillo has said he is going to be in the new Superman, and he's a big part of it.
okay. Okay.
So Rick Flag Sr. is going to be a key player in Man of Tomorrow.
I was just thinking now that you said that, it could be a way we get that Bizarro Superman back to fight Brainiac. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Who knows?
There's many things that you could go this route with Brainiac and
Yeah.
these upcoming projects he's got. And I
And Clayface is
know
done, so we're going to see how that all ties in too.
I think Lanterns is also a part of it as well.
Hmm.
Maybe Brainiac has some part of that in hand of that in the
And
overall
maybe
arcing
the
story of
murder
Brainiac.
of Alan
Yeah,
Scott.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's so many ways you could go about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go to this other thing. Jimmy Olsen getting his own show. So Jimmy Olsen, DC crime series in the works at HBO Max, from American Vandal duo. First season focused on Gorilla Grodd, which is crazy. Oh, excuse me. The fact we're getting Gorilla Grodd through that is insane. DC Studios and HBO Max are developing a fictional true crime series set in the DC universe titled DC Crime, which I didn't know was an actual comic. The show will be presented as a true crime docuseries that will be hosted by Jimmy Olsen, Skylar Gisondo from Superman. The first season will focus on Gorilla Grodd, a DC villain best known for his battles with the Flash. Tony Yesenda and Dan Peralt, I'm hoping I'm saying those names right, will serve as the writers, executive producers, and showrunners on the series. James Gunn and Peter Safran of the DC Studios would also executive produce, with DC Studios Galen Vaisman overseeing production. Warner Brothers Television is a studio. Okay. HBO Max and DC Studios declined to comment. Isienda and Peralt are no strangers to the world of mockumentary series. The duo famously created the critically acclaimed American show American Vandal. I never seen it.
Never had.
Which spoofed the true crime genre. The show aired for 2 seasons at the streamer and won a Peabody Award for its first season edition. Hold on, this guy, bro, had to kick his ass out, causing a muck. Um, the show aired for 2 seasons at the streamer and won a Peabody Award for its first season. In addition to being nominated for an Emmy for the best writing for a comedy series, they went on to create the Paramount Plus mockumentary series Players, which was set in the world of esports. They previously spoofed the sports world on projects like a parody of ESPN's 30 for 30 series about the events of Rocky 4 or 5, and Angels in the Outfield for college humor. I gotta watch that. That sounds like it'll be up our alley, honestly.
Yeah,
Yasenda has also worked on shows like Chad Powers, of course,
I've not seen that yet.
at Hulu, and Dave at FX, which I've seen Dave.
Dave is good. I like Dave.
While Peralt recently appeared on screen in the Shondaland Netflix series The Residents, I haven't seen that either. Peralt
No.
is repped by UTA Brielstein and Jackaway Austin Tierman. Yasenda is repped by CAA 3 Arts and Jackaway Austin Tierman, the same dude. Grodd is a member of a highly intelligent society of gorillas that gain psychic powers and other abilities after coming into contact with an alien spaceship. The character first appeared in the pages of DC Comics in 1959. That's crazy. He's been around that long. He has been featured across a number of DC animated series and films, while the character made multiple appearances in the CW's Arrowverse shows, most notably in The Flash. This is true.
Yeah,
Gunn and Saffron are in the process of building out an interconnected film and TV universe for DC. On the TV side, HBO will air the drama series Lantern, starring Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre. Okay, okay. That doesn't matter. So, what do you think of Jimmy getting his own show? And from the sounds of it, it's a mockumentary
surprising.
series.
Surprising. Now I know what the premise is. I'm looking forward to it because I'm assuming he's just going to be the host. You
Yeah,
know,
that's what they said.
yeah, he's going to be the host, and he's just going to like, hey, this is the story of. I could just it might be fun, and then the series just see the BS of, well, not BS, but the outcome and the story behind Gorilla Grodd.
Does this also mean we're gonna get introduced to the Flash, but like this?
It could be. It could be
I,
a way to
it,
bring in
it,
the Flash.
if what they said, they're trying to interconnect the TV and the movies.
Yeah, it's a great way to bring in the Flash and Brainiac, the alien ship that gave Gorilla Grodd's
I was
powers.
thinking that when I was reading it.
Could be one of Brainiac's ships.
And I don't
You
think they
know,
said when it was confirmed to come out, so it could just be after Man of Tomorrow.
yeah. So,
That's a nice way of like building your universe if you're gonna go that route.
mhm.
s-
And I
mm,
like the Gorilla Grodd, and I like the Gorilla Grodd's renditions that they've put out. I've had no
mhm.
issue with them.
Same.
You know,
I've had no issues. I don't know. Like,
he was one of the better Flash villains on the show.
I like mockumentary series, but I'm curious of how it's gonna work with superheroes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's just one of my things. I'm just like, okay,
you know, if it's done like drawn together,
okay. You got me there. You got me there. I watched that. Yes, I'm down for that.
Drawn Together was pretty much a reality superhero show mocking the real world.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Well,
crazy.
I
I
was
remember watching
actually
that.
not superhero, but cartoon characters rather.
Yeah, yeah. I guess another one. Well, I don't know. One Punch Man because it's parodying superheroes.
Superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, are we gonna go more than one season with this Jimmy Olsen DC show, or we just is it just like
Depends on how well it does, I would say.
and is he gonna go to different places around the world to explore these creatures or animals or and it's also a good way to introduce more DC
Characters.
characters. Yeah, like
Yeah.
are we gonna see Gorilla Grodd's? I forgot the name of the country where the apes live.
Mm,
I heard that bird. That bird's hyped about it. Um, uh, I would. Oh no, maybe you could do King Shark for a second
King
season.
Shark,
Bring back
Cheetah,
Stallone to do the voice of King Shark.
Nom Nom.
Num num. Yeah, exactly.
King Shark friend.
Cheetah's a good one. Um,
uh, I know we're thinking just like animal tied characters, but
but we
he
could
could
go
go.
other ones. Yeah.
They could bring in Vandal Savage.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You know,
Make it. Um, actually, I just thought of one right now.
Deathstroke.
What we do in the shadows is also a mockumentary. It's
Yeah,
vampires living a reality show. That just popped into my head right now. I don't know. I could see it work. I could see it work. I
if done properly.
if it, I feel like it
Just
might
don't make
have
it
to
too
be
campy. It just can't be too campy.
that and keep it like 30 minutes, not an hour. Make it half an
Yeah,
hour episodes.
maybe the first episode and the last episode be longer than the rest of the episodes because it's the first and last episode.
Yeah.
You know.
And will he have guest hosts if it continues?
Oh,
Would he have Superman or
guest
Lois Lane on there?
or,
Like
or guest
or
panelists
yeah,
discussing it.
yeah, exactly.
Can you,
There's
can you
there's so
imagine one's on like
there's so many ways you could go with
there's
this
one on
whatever.
Man Bat and he has Batman there sitting there.
That's a good one. I would like that one actually. And Batman's just with his like typical
Scowl.
like yeah.
Ugh,
Swamp Thing
why
would
did
be a good
Clark
one.
make me do this?
Swamp Thing would be a good one on there.
Who would be the guest panelist for that one? Constantine?
Has to be, yeah.
Who would play Constantine? Bring back Matt Ryan, even though he retired the character?
Only if he
Because
wants to come back, because I know fans love him. I love him as Constantine.
better Constantine than Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I said it. I
Hey.
said it. Come at me.
We're getting a Constantine too, bro. So chill with those.
Maybe,
Chill,
maybe,
chill
maybe,
with those statements.
maybe,
Chill with those
maybe,
statements.
maybe. It took me 10 viewings to actually enjoy that movie.
I didn't. That that I feel like that's one of those movies that's like a hidden sleeper. Honestly,
Oh, it was a sleeper, all right, because the first 9 times I fell asleep watching it, one of them was in the theater.
this guy's got no dignity.
No shame.
He be falling asleep on PS Chat too. It don't even matter.
Hey, at least I say I'm out after I wake up my own ass with my snore.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm going off, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, there's many ways they could go with the show. Come on,
Yeah.
focus. There you go. Like you said, Swamp Thing, Constantine, guest panelists. Yeah, there's many ways you could do it.
Yeah.
I just
Maybe
don't want it.
through
I just don't
Bat
want it to
Mike.
be too
Let's
long.
let's hopefully
That would be that would be good.
great with the good way to bring those guys in.
That would actually fit that a lot more than actually being in like a live action show or something like that. Being in like the DC crime stuff,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's a mockumentary. Sign me up for that.
Dude, a Batmite one would be dope.
I know. The minute we do get a Batmite, it's done for me. Life is fulfilled.
All
All
right,
I need,
stand by.
all I need is one piece to finish at that moment, and I'll be good. Um, going on to the next topic real quick. Something we've been waiting to be announced for like the longest since the show ended was Alien and Earth is finally getting a season 2. And me and you were talking about, it has to have a season 2. There's so many open endings for
There
that.
was it was such a cliffhanger with the doctor's husband Spotty coming back thanks to control of the Oculus.
What's her name again? Lucy?
Wendy.
Wendy. I don't know why I'm Lucy. Wendy's got those two xenomorphs with her.
Yeah.
Um,
She's got a little bit of a crew with her too.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
She's got them, and the fact that she can communicate with the xenomorphs is going to lead to some shit.
I wonder if if it's because of Wendy that the xenomorph changes its biology to become a queen, because we don't we
Maybe.
don't know the origins of the queen that I can remember. From what we know in
But if
Aliens,
I
she was
but if
already
I remember
there.
but if I remember correctly, this is 2 years before the
Yeah,
Aliens
yeah, you're
movie,
right.
and
Yeah,
that's
you're
where
right.
we're
You're
and
right.
that's where we get
Yeah,
introduced to the Queen.
yeah, yeah.
So so no, that won't be a thing. But it's gonna open up things to it's gonna open up things that that whole dynamic. She's a surrogate queen, if anything.
Yeah, yeah. We said that while watching the show. Because me and
Hmm.
you watched the franchise, unlike Ty, which we will get to that
Yeah.
at some point.
Hmm.
But yeah, a surrogate queen, which is crazy because when we were watching the show, we were like, "Oh, is she the queen? Is she the queen?" And like, bro, also the carnage and
Or may
mayhem in that show is like I was not expecting that in the Alien show. Like, I hope that continues.
I don't want them to ramp it up,
Too
but
much,
if they
too
tone,
much.
yeah, I want them to keep it where it's at with the carnage. But I would like a little more story this time.
So if we are getting a season 2 of Alien Earth now, are we gonna
Hmm.
now lead that into the first Alien movie of
I
why
believe so.
Wayland Yutani is sending those miners out to that
Colony.
planet that they landed, or that abandoned spaceship with this distress beacon or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they could tie it up because Ridley Scott just left that open ended of all that stuff. If we're being honest,
Yep. He did tie it up, and great way to bring in Ripley.
you know what's funny? Me and you talked about this on our chat. Alien and Predator are in like good hands right now. The one
Yeah.
question was like Terminator, and I did say there's an anime, but it's not.
I can't. I can't really count that as canon, to be honest with you.
Let me hold
Yeah.
on. Let me look it
Uh,
up because I feel like that's one of those franchises because that's a tricky one because that involves time travel with it, and there's
mhm.
like ramifications when
And
you do
and the
time travel and
and the
like
time
getting certain
travel on that
aspects.
has been so flawed.
Yeah,
Like the world should have imploded with all the bull BS between the time travels they've done.
I agree. I agree. And I think one of them was like trying to change the past. Like one of them was like John Connor is like a Terminator or something like that. It's like one of those
That
things where
was
where
Genesis.
the
I,
time loop just
or
happens so much, things happen and change that
yeah,
you don't know where the starting point is anymore.
yeah, no. If they were to do Terminator, they need to reboot it straight up. Reboot the Terminator.
Okay, so it says as far as the anime for Terminator Zero, in Japan, Malcolm Lee has been developing another AI system that is intended to compete with Skynet. As Judgment Day approaches in 1997, Lee finds himself as his three children pursued by an unknown robot assassin. So this is before,
John Connor.
yeah. Oh, it was created by James Cameron. Okay.
Oh, so it is canon. Okay.
How many episodes? 8 episodes. That's a quick watch. 30-minute episodes. Yeah, quick watch.
Mm.
Um,
And it's on Netflix.
yeah.
Maybe I'll give it a go.
Children pursued by an unknown robot assassin and a mysterious soldier from the year 2022 has been sent to protect them. Interesting. Okay. I know me and Ty reacted to the trailer and we were like thinking about watching it, but we
So
might
much,
just
so many other things. That,
might just watch it on our own. But Terminator is one of those things that I'm like, it's kind of tricky because, like I said, time travel with Predator and Alien, they're specifically alien creatures. If we're being honest, there's no time
yeah.
travel involved with their stories.
No. No. It's just keeping in time is their problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Time frames. It's like, when's this happen? When did that happen? What? When? Where? It's like that whole
Yeah.
part in Spaceballs. When did this happen in the movie? It's
It's
happening
happening
now.
now.
When will then be now? Soon.
I love that movie, bro. I
Dude,
love
I
that
can't wait
movie.
for Spaceballs 2. If they do that again,
They gotta have another alien reference in it. They have to.
oh, they have to have a bunch of reference. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they have another Transformers reference. Because remember, Spaceballs 1 transformed into Mega Maid,
That's
and then
true.
she went from suck to blow.
That movie's a whole trip. Um, I I don't know. I'm like I know a lot of people were upset with the ending of season 1 with Alien Earth, but I don't know.
And I think partially because they didn't know if they were going to get a season 2.
Exactly, and we were
I
me, you, and other whole bunch of people were like, "Oh, waiting for the confirmation for season 2." And we didn't get
yeah,
it until like last week, and I was like,
yeah, dude.
"Finally!"
Because I would have sucked if that's how the show ended. That would have
Look,
actually that would
and
have
I'm
hurt
I'm
my
I'm
rate
I'm
overall rating of the
look
show.
look okay look. So I'm so glad you brought that up because there's so many shows right now that are getting canceled. Like it's kind of hard to watch a show and then it gets canceled and you're like, oh, now I'm kind of like
It's
fucked
because
because
nobody
I'm not gonna know
watches
the
live
ending of the
TV
story.
anymore either.
Well, no,
People watch what they want to watch.
I'm talking about streaming as well. They've canceled
Yeah,
shows on different
on platforms. Yeah,
network platforms and like
yeah,
it's
they have.
like it kind of derails you a little bit of trying to watch anything. And like when I was
Like
watching
Glow. I saw Glow. That was great on Netflix. They
I was
canceled after like 2 seasons, two
I
or three
was watching
seasons.
the Eddie documentary, Eddie Murphy. And he's like, "Oh, there's just so much shit. You're just like shuffling through it. You don't even know what to watch."
What did you think of that documentary, real quick?
I it was funny. I enjoyed it a lot.
I saw it the other day, and I was like, "This is
And
good."
that's one of the things I'm glad you brought that up. Like TV shows are getting canceled. Like it's hard to even watch a show now. Like
Yeah,
I said it before. I had started watching a show. I was like really into it. I looked into more information if there was a like because at the time when I was watching there was only 2 seasons. And I look, I'm like, was there a third season? Nope, canceled. I'm like, oh fuck it. There's no point of continue to watch this if
yeah,
there's no conclusion of the story for any of these characters
exactly,
that I got invested in. So
exactly. That happened to me with V when they rebooted that because I love the original '80s version of it.
mm.
Second season ends with them reintroducing the original hero from the original series, and you're like, "Awesome!" No season 3. So
Yeah, it's that's one of those things that I
I think
just like.
everybody has gone through that. We're not the only
Yeah,
ones for sure.
yeah,
That's something, and that's why people are. I think that's what's also hurt TV. You know,
I agree.
only a handful of shows stay on for a long time. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
I
and
mean,
there's specific shows. There's specific
look,
shows too.
look,
Simpsons,
look,
South
look, look,
Park,
look at
Always Sunny,
The Walking Dead. Goddamn,
Walking
15
Dead, getting
seasons and
spin
like five, 6, 7 spinoffs.
spin-offs. You know, Friends lasted a long time back then, but that's back then. But the,
But
in the
look,
streaming area, we don't have.
the thing with
There's
Sunny
only a
is
handful.
Sunny's always short. It's like 8 6 episode seasons. It's
Yeah, I
like
think the,
very
the
rare.
longest was 13 early
Yeah.
on.
So that's one of those I'm like, okay, I could just run through. Like when I first started watching Sunny, it's like, okay, I ran through that whole first season. I'm like, damn, okay, that was quick. Like, cause
Yeah,
I'm so we talked about this before. I'm so used to the TV format of back then growing up, 22, 24 episodes per season. Now it's
yeah.
6 or 8. And it's like that's kind of like the
Maybe
mode
th-
now of
maybe
TV.
maybe 13, depending on the
Exactly.
type of show.
Yeah.
But the average is at 6 to 8. Yeah, but some shows do have 13 episodes, but on average it's 8, 6 to 8.
So you said something that made me remember something else I had wanted to talk about. Since we're talking about TV anyways. This was announced 4 days ago. So V for Vendetta TV series in the works at
Yes.
HBO. One of my favorite movies, V for Vendetta, honestly.
Mid for me.
Well, the reasoning behind, the meaning behind the movie.
Yeah, I get.
Especially nowadays, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's
Um, a V for Vendetta TV series is currently in development at HBO. Variety has learned exclusively. According to sources, Pete Jackson really is attached to write the series adaptation. James Gunn and Peter Safran of DC Studios will executive produce. Okay, so they're I like see look, this is why I like this is they're doing other things besides DC characters. They're doing V for Vendetta.
yeah, which is
Um
one off
yeah.
Elseworlds character.
Um uh Gunn and Saffron will be executive producer, as will Ben Stevenson via Poison Pen and Leanne Klein of Wall to Wall Media, which is part of Warner Brothers Television Studios UK. Warner Brothers Television will produce. HBO and DC Studios decline to comment. Of course, they kind of want to keep it under wraps.
Hmm.
Reps for Jackson did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. B for Vendetta began as a comic serial written by Alan Moore and illustrated by David Lloyd. It debuted in 1982 in the British anthology Warrior. Really, with DC taking over publishing in 1988. The story is set in Britain in a dystopian, not too distant future in which the country is controlled by the fascist Norse Fire Party. An anarchist named V, known for his distinctive Guy Fawkes mask, seems to topple the government with the help of Evie Hammond, a young woman V rescued from the country's secret police. Should the V for Vendetta series move forward, it would be the latest DC Studios live action show to find a home at HBO. Most famously, the premium cabler aired the drama The Penguin. Really good. You should watch that, starring Colin Farrell and Christian Milotti, which he won an award for, by the way. Um, that show served as a direct follow up to Matt Reeves' The Batman and went on to win nine. That's crazy. 9 Emmy awards, including
Yeah,
outstanding lead actress in limited series for Melody. Like I said. Up next, HBO will air Lanterns. Yeah.
I'm more of the same. I'm assuming.
HBO has also aired the critically acclaimed drama Watchmen, which serves as a
Yeah,
sequel to the original graphic novel created by Moore and Dave Gibbons. I gotta watch that one. That
that
show
was
aired
good.
in 2019. However, 3 years prior to Gunn and Saffron's appointment as the heads of DC. No, 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 no. Okay, so yeah.
That was good. That was a good show.
Um. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'd be down for a V for Vendetta series. I'm just don't know if it's gonna be. Would it be like what they said with what was it? Like it's a follow up. Like Watchmen. Or is it gonna be like a prequel series exploring
I
V
don't know.
before that fateful day? But
Who knows?
I'm down for different stuff outside
Yeah,
of like
and I'm
um
sure they're staying cool with it because it doesn't affect their overall story. Because this
exactly.
is
It's
a
like you said,
whole other thing.
Elseworld. Yeah.
Elseworld. It's an Elseworld story. It does not affect my overall story that I'm doing with Superman and all these characters. This is an Elseworld. Yes, it's under the DC imprint. Yeah, why not? You know, I believe Preacher's part of the DC imprint too, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Vertigo, but yeah.
Vertigo. You know, they're mature things.
Which that I never finished that one, but it was a slow start in the beginning.
I never watched it.
Okay. Okay,
I
that's
know
fair.
of it. I never watched it. I read a few of the issues back then. Never finished it. It was cool. There was just some other things I'd rather read than that.
Fair. That's fair.
You know.
But like I said, I don't know if it's gonna be a follow up prequel. We'll have to see when eventually more news of it comes
I'll give it
out.
a go. I'll give it a go. Like I said, I
I,
saw the movie. I thought it was mid for me personally. I wasn't a big fan of it.
I feel like usually with a rewatch, usually it changes your mind because usually I'd have to watch. Sometimes I'd watch a movie and I'm like, and then I have to rewatch it again. I'm like, okay, I understand now. But
Mm.
I understand what the movie was talking about from the very beginning of the political aspects of what's going on in
Yeah.
the country, and don't
Yeah.
want to dive too much into it because if you for those of you that haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's a great movie, especially now with what's going on in the world.
He's not wrong.
Um,
I'll agree to that.
um, I think that's it, right?
I believe so. I think we covered everything that we needed to go around. Unless you want to talk about real quick, bring up Marvel Rivals with Gambit and the new season real quick.
I mean, why not? We don't talk about gaming on this show. Why not? So season 5 literally just dropped today.
Just drop
Um,
today. Good luck trying to get a hold of Gambit if you're playing, because that boy is
yeah,
popular.
everybody's picking Gambit. Um, and we talked about this on our on the chat. Like they're introducing the mutants in Marvel
Hmm.
Rivals because we already got most of the Avengers in the game.
Yep.
And I
The
did
key
say we're
Avengers. That means.
yeah, and I did say we're eventually probably gonna get Doom in Marvel Rivals, which I know you've been waiting since we started playing this.
I want Doom. He's gonna be a tank for sure. He's gonna be
Uh,
a tank for sure, bro.
see, do oh, what if
Doom's
Doom
a
is
tank.
just what if they just go insane and Doom is just the first player that does it all? Tank, support,
And
DPS.
heal.
Yeah, why not? He's fucking OP.
Bro, you know who's gonna be ending up my main from now on, right?
Like let's be real. Like he could be, all those things. Well, maybe not DPS, but tank and
Tank and
support.
heal.
Yeah,
I can see that.
and that will be like the first dual character in Marvel Rivals. That there you go. But then typical people are gonna, "Oh, why is he the first one? There's so many other characters that could be dual." It's never ending.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's gonna cry about something.
But it seems like the Marvel Rival community is just toxic in itself, though. Because the amount of
But
times I just
so is the Overwatch. So is the Overwatch community. So
I
is
I
Fortnite.
I never
All of them.
I don't explore those areas because the only one I see pop up on my feed is the goddamn
Marvel
rival
Rivals.
one, and area is just always complaining, rage baiting, and just it's it's funny to read the comments, but it's just like okay, people just do this to do this.
The internet's toxic, bro. Don't be surprised.
It's gotten worse over the years, bro. It's only gonna get even worse.
That's what needs to be censored. The internet.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
I know.
Well, they did that with some of the corn sites, so
Yeah.
and in
Yeah.
certain states. So
Yeah.
you never know, bro. That's a weird way to end on.
Yeah.
But that's
Why did we
usually what
go
we do here,
there?
though.
Why did we go there?
I don't know. I don't know why I went there.
You're a
Um,
buffoon.
I know.
Lizard.
Mongol.
I know. But anyways, guys, I m- I think we might stream some Marvel Rivals maybe
I'm
sometime this
I'm
weekend.
down.
I'm not sure. Gotta check on you with your schedule.
I already told it to you. You don't remember, but that's fine.
No, so they could be like, oh, but I am in the cloud, so you're gonna have to remind me, anyways.
All right, Taco.
If you guys haven't watched the league,
The
you
league.
guys can go watch it. But anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by. If you did come through, and if you're rewatching this on a replay after this, comment down below. We'll definitely
We'll
comment.
get to you.
Yeah. I don't know as far as what's coming out. I know Transformers he's working on right now. No One Piece chapter this week, but he is doing a Boruto. Uh I don't know what's on the docket. Oh, I forgot. I am gonna be recording Wicked with one of my friends for you guys. Try to get it out before the year ends. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get back on track with giving you guys content. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always on those lives.
Day bow bow.
Ouch.
Oh, day bow bow.
Bow.
Ooh, day bow bow.
Bow.
Dave.
Dave.